Welcome to Empress of Oracle, where we tune into all things the divine. And today I have something very special planned because I can sense there's a special energy. So let's all just clear and purify this space by thinking about an egg shape of protection. I call upon the hands of God. Let's just invite our higher selves to be here for this reading and bring protection so we only get the highest messages. So the first thing that was coming through for you is, this is the first time that I've done this spread. So the song that was coming through for me was, look at the stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here you think she's got everything, but who cares? No big deal, I want more. So that's the song for you. And I want to call you Princess of Pentacles. And it's been a very long time since I have tuned in to energy this pure. It's almost like, my friend told me this, a rock tumbler will tumble out and get all like the jaggedy edges out, and what will be left is gold. And it's almost like all of the experiences that you went through didn't harden your heart, they made you into gold. So another really special thing that I've never done before is I create kind of my own tarot cards, except these are pictures that I've been working on for hours and hours and hours. So I'm getting the message that you've also been working on something for hours and hours and hours, and you keep saying it's not ready, it's not ready, but it's more than ready, and your guides and angels and God wants to bless you with this, but they can't if you don't take that step. And something won't manifest unless you take that physical step into the real world. So I'm going to pull 3 of my homemade tarot cards here, and there's a few that I'm really hoping to get for you, but I don't know if I'll get those ones. If I don't, maybe I'll show you what I was wanting to. Not what I was expecting. That was, oh, I got all geometric. Okay, interesting. Lily of the Valley and the Merkaba. So see how there's a lily here and it's going in both ways, but I am seeing a pentacle here, which is good. There's a lot of mirroring. I mean, everything in my art always has mirroring, but this is the Merkaba. So that would definitely align with what I was saying about you've been in kind of a rock tumbler kind of a thing, and it's been polishing you up, turning you into gold. Okay, so this would be water droplets. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, water droplets, the flower of life. Oh, this is the all-seeing eye. Okay, interesting. That was not I wasn't expecting to get that one for you. I was expecting to get a mermaid or a princess of pentacles. I mean, I did see a pentacle here. So you need to drink more water. Are things not flowing with you? Are you like constipated spiritually, mentally, and physically, and emotionally? Is the environment you're in stifling your creativity and everything that you're meant to bring forth into this world? The reason that everything's not going your way, the reason that you're not supposed to do things like other people do things. You're the chosen one. You're meant to do things differently. You're royalty. Yeah, this symbol would definitely go with royalty. That looks like a crown there. But a lot of eyes, like eyes with, oh, I was gonna say with eyes wide open, but it's not. It's arms wide open. But I'm thinking with eyes wide open. That song, but it's arms wide open, so that doesn't really count, but whatever. And then like water, like everything, it needs to flow, but it's not flowing right now. Lots of lilies again. Okay, so from this art, it's funny because I make this myself and I don't really know where I'm going with it. I can write light language, but I can't speak it. Something about the throat chakra there. Like, are you speaking what you need, your truth? I'm getting from this. This one is Beam Me Up, Scotty. See there? Those are spaceships. And then this one is kind of an Egyptian symbology. So what I'm getting from that is that you're not from this world. My guess is you came from somewhere like where Jesus or Muhammad came from. I don't know if it's from that same star system, but it's one of them. I want to say Sirius. I'm from Sirius myself. But there's something about you being an old soul. And then there's something about not being from this solar system. Okay, so we've got a lot of symbolism here about just not you being not from here. We've got the Merkaba, we've got a pentacle, we've got the flower of life. We've got eyes wide open. Something about your eyes being wide open now. Your eyes might be wide open, but it's not going to make a difference if you don't take that first step. And your guides and God and the angels and everything want you to know that it's safe for you to take that first step. You have everything you need. Oh, I want to take this one. This deck is just too big to shuffle. I love the way this looks like a Bible. You know how the Bibles have the... Okay, so I want to take this one. That reminds me of Peter Pan. Just the way that they're coming out today, I feel like I don't have a choice but to take the top one on the... Oh! As I was saying that. Thought, contemplation. Huh. So you've got two thoughts, which are swords, air energy. And then you've got review and contemplation. Contemplation is thought. So I'm going to read these. So stop being so hard on yourself and turn your thoughts towards the positive. Okay, so there's somebody in your life. I'm getting that a mother figure, but I mean, it could be a father figure, was really, really hard on you and used not so nice words towards you, or that could have just been the energies. Like feeling like not good enough, and you almost felt like a cattle sold. How do you say that? Like something about cattle sold to market. Like when you take the prize cattle, you take the prize, and then you take it to the market, and you don't keep the cow. You sell it, and you didn't want to be sold. Your family did this to you. Something. They sold you to market. They took their most prized cattle. But something about not feeling good enough for parental, I mean, that could apply to everybody, so I shouldn't, like, oh yeah, I'm getting all the oracle messages. As I was touching this one is for protection, black. I don't know, it's probably not black obsidian. It sparkles very nicely though, look at that cool thingy. But something about needing protection. And at one point when you were a child, a parental figure didn't give you that protection you needed, and that somehow carried on to the rest of your life and had like a real impact on the rest of your life. There's no need to worry. Anticipating the worst isn't helpful. Something about, again, from your childhood, always see like there's a child on there too, always anticipating the worst. Like maybe a figure in your life was worrisome and projected those worries onto you about never having enough, not being good enough. It has to do with worthiness. Know that heaven will provide a solution. If you're experiencing sleepless nights or anxiety over a challenge in your life, release the problem to your angels. So this one is 9 of Swords in the tarot. So I don't know, are you experiencing some sleepless nights? You know what might be a good idea to do when that's happening is to find a spot in your house that's not in your bedroom and meditate. Just sit there in the dark and take deep breaths and meditate and clear out some of that energy. You can picture a purple vortex. If you don't know what a vortex is, it's like a spinny thingy that you would see on like Star Trek or something, and it can suck in all that negative energy. So imagine that vortex is sucking in a bunch of that negative energy, and it's going to come out of you like cords, and the cords are going to be jaggedy, and they might be slimy and warm and black and disgusting, and they will have a black seed attached to the end of them, and you want to remove that black seed from the source, and you will have to do this. So remember, I'm not speaking to a 20-year-old right now. That much I know. Whoever I'm speaking to has been here for a while. So let's just pretend you're 40 or 50 years old, okay? And okay, I used to be a personal trainer at Curves, and we always told the ladies, it depends on everybody, but if it took you 50 years to gain all this weight, you're not gonna just lose it all overnight. Same thing with these cords. It took you 50 years, 40 years to gain all these cords. It's a lot of heavy energy. People have put their energy onto you, and because you're so nurturing and so loving, you just took it. You pretended like you were Jesus, like that song, you personal Jesus, someone to hear your prayers, someone who cares, okay? But you're not a sin goat. It wasn't your job to heal them. It wasn't your job to take the pain in them and put it in you. So now you have to pretend you are seeing that violet. It's a violet flame. It's like purple, and it's sucking all of those cords into it, and you're gonna have to do that again and again. You might have to do it for a week. Well, no way you're gonna have to do it for a week. At least a month, but most likely 5 years, maybe a year. But it will take a long time, and you'll have to do it every day diligently to get that black energy out of you that other people put in you that was never yours to begin with, because you're royalty. You didn't come from here. You're one of God's chosen ones, and now he's asking you to step up because your circumstances are so beneath you at this point. So we've got review and contemplation. You've accomplished a great deal in your life, and you have much to be proud of. Now it's time to decide what to do next. This is what I'm talking about. As you contemplate, I've never got this card, by the way, because I said this reminds me of Peter Pan. I never got this card before. As you contemplate the past and the present, you'll get a clear on your divine life purpose. Don't be distracted by conventional thinking. Be the real you. You're so much bigger. You're a big fish in a small pond. You always thought to yourself there's something special about you, but you couldn't quite figure out what it was. And people saw that too. And some people tried to steal your light, tried to dim your light, tried to put you in a box that you didn't fit inside. Are you claustrophobic? And now it's time to go past those situations. God will make a miracle. God is clearing the path for you. If you want to leave that behind, don't be afraid. You might have to start off small and work your way up to something far greater than where you're at now, and God is going to bless that. God is creating a path for you, a golden path. He's, you know, in the forest when they're with that, not a hatchet, that swathe, is it called a swathe, swath, something like that? And he's clearing the path for you. It's like, you know your worth, but I guess sometimes you doubt it. You know you're amazing. You're the Princess of Pentacles. And you have so much to be proud of, but sometimes you doubt yourself, but deep down you know. But there's still some like self-worth stuff coming up. Three of Swords. Oh, this is what I was talking about. I never even realized, I never even thought of this as the Three of Swords. See how the angel's clutching her heart? So you're like an angel, and the world has like, she kind of looks like Jesus. She's got the Jesus like outfit on, traditionally. Loving angels surround you to heal you and comfort you. Why do I keep talking? So I'm getting kind of a vibe that you're like from a royal lineage, like similar, like you know how like in that movie with Bill, what the fuck is his name? The like angels and demons, and then the first one, and he goes to the Louvre and he finds all those, and there's a really famous Tom Hanks, and he's getting all the clues, and then they find out somebody in that movie was like from the lineage of Jesus. So you might be from the lineage of Jesus, you could be from Muhammad, you could be from Buddha, someone, but you're from one of those lineages, one of the ascended masters' lineages. Because Jesus keeps coming up like so much, and I also am feeling like you're purified by fire. Something about we will step into the fire, but it will not burn us. Something in the Bible. Loving angels surround you and to heal you and comfort you. The sadness you feel will fade away in time, and then you'll be able to see clearly how important the situation has been for your spiritual growth. Take the time you need to forgive yourself and others so that you can embrace the future with joy. So I'm getting that you never let your heart harden. You let your heart purify. But now those people that put you in that situation, you're still in that situation, it's time to move on. It's time to create those boundaries. God will clear the path for you, whatever it is that you want to do. He said that you're the head of a collective. What I mean by that is there's humans on this world. There's some humans that are actually jinn. So inside of a skin suit, it's a demon or a ghost, and they're not kind of real. And you can tell when you're talking to one of them. Sometimes you can see them, they have a black energy around them. Then there's some humans that are just kind of regular humans. Then there's some that have kind of a low consciousness, very similar to like the consciousness of a monkey, not to be rude to those people at all. Then there's some people who are background people who are actually just an illusion of the matrix. Again, if you're who I think you are, you'll know who these people are. Okay, and then there's some people, they're big jinn players, okay? And they come to fuck your shit up, to throw the chosen ones off their paths. And they're kind of like a very, very strong soul, like Hitler would be an example of one of these. It's a strong soul, strong personality, but very, very negatively polarized. And then there's the exact same amount of people. So 5% of the population is like that. Very evil. I mean, Genghis Khan kind of comes to mind just off the top of my head. And then there's the 5% that are the chosen ones. And you're one of these. Otherwise, I really don't know why I would be getting this message. So you're one of the chosen ones from this kind of royal bloodline. And some of the people in your life, one in particular, but also a karmic kind of a work life path situation is almost like another jinn in and of itself, like the boss level, like in Super Mario's, like that dude with the mustache, and he was super evil and he was like the boss. And then there's like the little minions that are like all over the place, but we're talking about the boss, and he's been in your life, or this situation has been in your life, and it's time for that to come to a close. And God is going to shut that door for you if you don't shut it for yourself. But it's you or them. It's you or him. So God wants you to get yourself out of something so that he can deliver the karma that is far overdue. There's some karma to these people, places, things, situations that God and your spirit guides. Oh, it reminds me of that movie with Nicole Kidman. there's this movie where Nicole Kidman, she pretends, it's to show what happened in the United States when they had a bunch of immigrant people come and how they were treated. And at the end, they found out that Nicole Kidman, her dad was actually like, oh, you got treasure chest! Yes! Okay. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do like this. And they found out that her dad was actually God. And then he said to her, like, after they had abused her, and she had done everything to make these people happy. She was used, abused, sexually, physically, emotionally, everything. And it was just disgusting, and you really saw people's true natures. And then at the end of the movie, she gets into a limo, and I'm like, what is happening with this? Have faith. And he says to her, what do you want me to do? And she basically says, burn it to the ground. I was like, yes. Make a wish and treasure chest. Wow, mashallah. That's amazing. Rest, yeah, I'm not. Okay, have faith. Make a wish and treasure chest relief. I've never in my entire life, and I've had these cards for a long time, had make a wish with treasure chest. That's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. This is a real confirmation. That's like a miracle in and of itself. So God is just waiting for you, because these people, the situation, it's taken this beautiful heart. And yeah, you do pretty good for yourself. Yeah, you got the pentacles. Yeah, you got the stability. Your life's pretty good. But then it's like that Little Mermaid song. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. And I can literally feel your heart breaking. And God and the divine and your angels, don't worry, because this is well deserved. I don't know who the fuck did what in the actual fuck to you, but God wants to rain down fire like Sodom and Gomorrah when he turns everybody into a salt pillar. That is the fate of whatever the fuck did this to you, because I can feel your heart. It's broken. It really reminds me of Jesus when they crucified him. This person, place, or thing literally crucified your heart. I'm telling you. So I know you don't wish bad on anybody, and don't wish bad on anybody, because that actually makes their karma less. If you try to take karma into your own hands, and boy is this person getting karma. This karma for what they've done will last 3 lifetimes minimum, period. Sorry, I stole that from another tarot card reader. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I have to not do that, but sometimes it's just like, you have to say it, you know? Oh, so this one, rest. You've been working so hard. You need to take a rest and take some time. It's not, you need to start being more selfish. You need to start being more selfish. Everyone in your world will understand you've been too selfless, which means you haven't had any care or respect. You haven't protected yourself. Be gentle with yourself right now. So give yourself a hug and look into the mirror and say, I love you. I promise to treat you with respect and the care you deserve. You're wonderful. I want you to take a big step back. I have a feeling that you have this opportunity right now. Your angels and God, they're going to give you this opportunity for you to take a step back. Take this time to rest. Don't do anything for anyone else. Let other people do for you. You've done enough for 2, 3 lifetimes. So have faith. You have faith for everyone else, but when it comes time to have faith for yourself, you're not having faith for yourself. You've been asking and praying for some big dreams to come true. It's like a gardener who plants seeds. You have to have faith that the crops will push above the surface. this is really giving me the vibe like you need to take that step. You've been thinking about it and thinking about it. You have a plan in your head, but you haven't told anybody. It's like top secret. You have this special idea that came straight from God and it's yours. So there's like this book that they talk about how ideas are sentient, meaning they have consciousness, and the idea will find the person. But this is the thing. The idea, let's say, like, you know how people invent the same thing at the same time across the world? Or like, for example, the theory of relativity, apparently there was a lot of scientists or philosophers, people with philosophical thinking, who all came up with all very similar ideas at the same time or very close to the same time, just before, just after. And that's how ideas will work. So if you don't act on an idea, that idea will be like, oh, fuck this, I'm not sticking around for this. But for some reason, this idea, it's like it loves you. It's like it's its own consciousness, and it's sticking it out for you. And I mean, it's not going anywhere, but act on it already. Take, this is kind of giving me like leap of faith. She's leaping out of the water. Look at that, leap of faith. You don't have to strain or push to make your dreams come true. In fact, the situation where you were before is the straining. The 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords. That's the worst of some of the worst cards to get in tarot. I'm not saying that as a negative thing, because actually you have a really, really beautiful, amazing spread. But what was happening before was the 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords, which is mental conflict, worry, will they, won't they, worrying about other people, like, and what they got planned. You know, there's a rap song. Is it? She take my money, well, I'm in need. That one, I think. Worrying what something you got planned. Worrying about what other people got planned. They're like siphoning your life force from you. Fuckers! Seriously. Sorry, I hope that didn't hurt anybody's ears. Trust that heaven is helping you. Oh, just like a best friend. So in the Kabbalah, they talk about how God is your best friend, and he prepares a table in the presence of your enemies. He prepares all your favorite things. He's got the PlayStation there for you. He invited all the best people, all this stuff. And you show up to the meal and you're like, what's this? And you're not seeing it in the same way. You're maybe seeing the lessons and the hard things that God has put there for you. And it's because we're in this box and it has like filters, and it's like these little cords going in, and we're filtering that information. So maybe God sends us like a life lesson and we think, oh God, why did you do this to me? But really he's trying to do everything the way you want it, but it's our filters as humans that cause this. So we have treasure chest. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. Remain in a state of gratitude that says that it's already here, even if there's no evidence. So be like, thank you for my abundance, thank you for my health, thank you for everything. Thank you for the support, supply, abundance, and money that you bring to me now. And when I say you're not expecting it, you're not expecting it. You don't believe me right now. You don't believe anything's happening because you have been through the thick of that mud, and you've actually taken on karma that wasn't yours. Give it back to those motherfuckers. Give them back their karma. You can even actually picture that you're taking back your energy. So you call back all your energy, you call back all of your soul energy, and then you can actually give back their karma. Again, you can picture those cords and picture almost like eating spaghetti. So you can take back your own. Then you can purify it in that violet light, the violet flame, that purple light. And then you can also have them taking back their energy. They need to take back their energy and take responsibility for their own actions, words, and deeds. And I really just hope that whoever it is that did this, the 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords, like what are the chances to get that 2 in a spread? I hope that whoever did that to you, I hope that whatever that karma So as they're getting their negative karma for what they've done, you're going to start getting really positive karma in a really unexpected way. I don't know how that is. I don't know, but I'm really happy for you because it's nice to see the underdogs win, you know? The underdogs, like, so the Seven of Pentacles is the card that flips to the Empress. The Empress is the Queen of Queens, and you're the Princess of Pentacles. So you're thinking it's too late. I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm 35, whatever. And my life is almost over. Oh, I can't start a new thing now. I've already had my career for 20, 30, 40 years, whatever. I went to a few university classes and I did carpentry with people who are in their 50s and 60s. And you know what? It takes a lot of balls to do that. To be surrounded by, say, 20-year-olds, whatever, it takes a lot of balls to do that. And you know what? You have the balls because you know what? Anything is better than that. Okay? So don't say to yourself, it's too late, I'm old, whatever, I've already had my career, my kids are out of the house, I've already had my kids, I can't because my kids are this age, whatever. Like, I'm really, like, clear out the mental space of your head because all you're giving yourself, you're feeding yourself with doubts, actually. It reminds me of that song, I'm a doubting Thomas, I took my promises, but I do not feel safe. Oh, me a little faith. So you're like a doubting Thomas, and you're feeding yourself that. That's toxic. Now you're feeding yourself what these motherfuckers fed you in the first place. Don't eat that shit. That shit's toxic. Don't drink that water because you're don't drink that poison because you're thirsty. Fuck them. So we've got Make-A-Wish. Treasure Chest and Make-A-Wish together in a spread. I've never seen that in all of my 37 years. Technically, I think I got this deck when I was in my early 30s. So say thank you, heaven, for whatever it is that you desire. So it keeps talking about saying, like, as if it's already here. I'm grateful for your support. Now is a magical moment. Go into a quiet space and imagine, now feel, so Neville Goddard, and it's really interesting because these are based on the works of Florence Scovel Shinn. Florence Scovel Shinn is somebody who studied under Neville Goddard. What Florence Scovel Shinn used to do is sometimes people would have problems, and one time this lady came and gave her 1 penny, the smallest coin that there is, and said, like, I have no abundance. And she took that penny and she said, in the perfect time, in the perfect way, in the perfect something, in the perfect day, about her manifestation coming true. And Neville Goddard, who she studied under, they were around in the 50s, I believe. He talked about how the feeling is the secret. The secret is the feeling. So can you do some visualizations for me every night? Because I know that you're up at night. She's half asleep, half awake. When those kids and they're nodding off and they're like, I'm not sleepy. You're waking up in the middle of the night. Take that time, because when you wake up in the middle of the night, it's actually God trying to give you this moment, this special moment, because people have so much, they think that they're like, that they have this right to your energy and attention. The fuck they do. That's your special time. You're supposed to, so your brain is in alpha state at that moment. What you're meant to do is visualize all of the things that you want, and then the most important thing, and Archangel Michael is the teacher of this, is that feeling. You want to imagine what that feeling is like for you. And the feeling will cause it to pass. And your brain is in alpha state, so it doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination at that point, when you just wake up or you're just going to sleep. I would really recommend Silva, the Silva Mind Method, Jose Silva. He was a radio fixer person, and he started to notice that things worked better if the circuit itself didn't have so much friction. And then he got into using this alpha wave, and it goes, and it puts your mind in this state. And you can use his meditations. They're free on YouTube. Just type in Silva, S-I-L-V-A, Silva. And you can use these for meditation, for health, for clearing, and there's even audiobooks on YouTube and everything. And you use that in the middle of the night and start manifesting this. So feel with your entire being that this has already happened, and then you need to release it. Then you need to not sit there and be like, oh, is it happening? Is this happening? Oh, this, and release it like a balloon, and then forget about it. Don't sit there thinking about it. You can daydream about it and think, oh, this would be so amazing, and this is so fun. And don't be daydreaming about it, like, just daydream about it because it gives you joy just to think about it. You know, like all the time whenever I'm daydreaming, I always think about myself going back to Guatemala and going back to that surf trip and surfing. And I do it just like it brings me joy and it gets me into that state. The secret is the feeling, and the feeling is the secret. And then if you need to take action, you know what I'm not seeing anywhere here is wands, fire. Well, I'm seeing fire here. But you need to take that action. I'm really feeling that. So then you might notice, so my guides keep telling me to buy silver, and this has been going on for like years, and I haven't bought silver yet, but when I go back to Canada, I'm gonna buy some silver. And it's like, the fact that I haven't stopped thinking about that for so long tells me that, okay, I need to buy silver, because you're not going to be able to take those stock options if there's a food shortage and give them like a piece of paper, but maybe somebody will like take a silver coin and be like, okay, here's a loaf of bread or whatever. Bad example when we're trying to talk about abundance, but I mean, like, let's get real about what's happening in the world right now. So follow those feelings, thoughts, and ideas, inner words, signs, visions, or dreams. And it's important that you follow this guidance to take the wish into physical form. There's too many swords here, and you're using these swords, this thought, this review and contemplation, and you're thinking the negative things, but it's time to actually just take action. Like, the fact that you got treasure chest and make a wish together is such a sign. So now it's time for you to just take actions. So I really hope that this has been enlightening for you. I really hope that this has helped you in some way. And I just sense that you're such a beautiful, amazing, spiritual soul, and you've taken all those life lessons, all the hard things, and turned them into pure gold, like the alchemist turning shit into gold. Everything you touch now turns to gold. And this reading, I just want you to know that this was a blessing over your life, because I can really feel your energy. I'm really pouring a blessing over your life, and I call on the divine and our higher selves and your guides and angels and my guides and angels to pour a blessing over your life. The second half is going to be a lot more prosperous, a lot more abundant, a lot lighter, but you got to take the action. So I really hope that you're going to take some of this advice that I'm giving you, because I've been studying all this stuff for a very, very long time. My entire life, we could say, probably many lifetimes. And yeah, and putting it into practice. And yeah, my life's not there yet. I'm not going to pretend that it is. But I just pour this blessing over your life. And please, if you resonate with this message, if it's helped you in some way, please like, share, and subscribe so I can get that message out to as many people as possible. And until next time, have fun.